Hello viewers, welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. Dear viewers, in this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus. Then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last, some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Drishti IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from the Indian Express, published on 29th of January 2021. The title of today's editorial is On the Upswing. If we try to summarize today's editorial, we can say that IMF pegs India's GDP growth at 11.5%, but higher growth expectations should not lead to policy complacency. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 3, which has sections that include Indian economy and issues relating to planning and development. Some key points from today's editorial. The economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic around the world is likely to be less severe than previously expected. Not only is the extent of contraction in 2020 likely to have been shallower than expected, but as per the IMF, the pace of recovery in 2021 could surpass earlier expectation as the rollout of the vaccine is expected to power economic activity. Now, according to various reports, it is now being said that the economic fallout that was expected when the corona pandemic started, it has been said that the fallout which was expected at that point of time will be quite lesser. There are various reports which suggest that the extent of contraction of the economies predicted due to the corona pandemic is certainly going to be lesser. Especially according to a report by the International Monetary Fund, it has been said that the extent of contraction of economies in 2020 will be lesser than it was predicted, and also the growth in 2021 will be quite amazing and it will be more than it was expected. Now, why exactly these changes are happening? Number one, the rate at which the corona pandemic was spreading has definitely lowered. Number two, the rollout of the vaccine. The forum now believes that the global economy is likely to have contracted by 3.5% in 2020, lower than its earlier expectation of a 4.4 contraction, as economic activities appear to be adapting to subdued contact-intensive activity with the passage of time. Now, according to the IMF, they have said that the global economy has contracted by almost 3.5% against the expected value of 4.4% that was given in the month of October 2020. Now, one of the most important reasons is that because the economy has got adapted to the contact intensive activity with the passage of time. Initially, it was a problem. Initially, the economies were not able to adjust due to the new situation that actually have come. But with the passage of time, things have definitely changed, and we are now seeing that because of that visible change, the economy is also grooming, economy is also increasing. A shallower contraction coupled with additional policy measures suggests that the prospects for 2021 are brighter. The forum now expects the world economy to grow at 5.5%, up to 0.3 points from its earlier forecast. Now, again, the IMF has said that the growth rate, the projected growth rate for the year 2021 has also increased. Initially, the growth rate that was projected by the fund was 5.2%, but now they are saying that there will be an increase in this growth rate, and it is expected that the growth rate will be of 5.5%. Now, this definitely shows a very positive signal for the global economies. The present scenario, For India, the IMF now expects the economy to contract by 8% in 2021, marginally higher than the 7.7% projected by the National Statistical Office in the first advance estimates. See, according to the data that was given by the NSO, National Statistical Office, they projected that the India's economy would contract by 7.7%. However, according to IMF, it says that the contraction in the Indian economy is going to be of around 8%. Okay, so that is quite on a higher bit. However, considering that the data on economic indicators used by the NSO in arriving at its estimate was only available till October, November, and that economic activity has remained healthy in the months thereafter. So there is a possibility of contraction actually being lower. Now, when we speak about the data that is given by both NSO and IMF with reference to the contraction, so the data that has been provided to the NSO is only till the month of October and maybe partly November. But we know that both the month of November and December, they have actually seen a very good growth rate. So it is quite expected that both the data that is provided by the IMF as well as by NSO, they have information only till the period of October. But whereas due to a better situation of the economy in the month of November and December, we can definitely expect that this contraction of Indian economy might be even lower than what is being projected by both NSO as well as the IMF. For 2021, the IMF now expects the Indian economy to grow at 11.5%, 2.7% points higher than its previous forecast. See, according to IMF, in October 2020, they said that Indian economy will grow by almost 8.8%. But now they are saying that in 2021, the Indian economy will grow by at least 11.5%, which is 2.7 percent points higher than the previous forecast. Initially, it was said it will be around 8.8%, but now it is almost 2.7% higher at 11.5%. While this upswing is in part due to base effect, several caveats ate in order. First, as the official estimates do not tend to accurately capture the informal economy, there may be an underestimating the stress in the economy. See, one of the most important issues associated right now is that this entire data is only with reference to that of the formal economy. Everything that is being written or taken into consideration, but where exactly is the data for informal economy? Now, with reference to the informal economy, we don't have anything in written, and that factor has not even been taken into consideration. So the most important thing that we have to see here is informal economy will also play a part. So there might be chances that there will be some stress with reference to the informal economy as well. Number two, despite faster growth, the economy is likely to reach pre-COVID levels only by the end of 2021-22. See, even after we are going by such a great growth rate, but if we have to achieve the status of the economy that was before when the corona pandemic started, that is in the month of February 2020, even if we want to reach at that level, and with present growth rate that is being projected, we can reach that growth level only by the end of 2021. That means we have one whole year, and we have to make sure that the growth rate is at the same pace. However, the rate of economy is expected to grow in the next fiscal year assumes significance as it will form the basis of the union budget's estimate. The nominal GDP growth rate will have a bearing on the government revenue expectation and the space it has for enhanced spending. The way forward, expectations of a higher growth should not lead to policy complacency. The recovery has been uneven. See, everything is coming good. The good news is coming from everywhere. It has been said that there will be a very high growth, but it is not the time to be complacent. We know that the recovery is absolutely uneven. We never can actually trace, we never can actually say that this will be the path that exactly the economy will follow. And the sharp slowdown prior to the pandemic suggests that the medium-term challenges to growth remain. See, even if we are growing, even if whatever is being projected is actually being done, yet we have several challenges. See, before corona pandemic started, we were actually in a state of slowdown. There was a slowdown. So we have to remember that even if we reach the stats that were before the corona pandemic, it has not solved the small problems that were in front of the economy, especially with reference to unemployment, especially with reference to the manufacturing sector. So all these things are to be taken into consideration. The possibility of another surge in infections, vaccine hesitancy, and logistical problem in distribution disrupting economic activity cannot be ruled out. See, the COVID virus has shown that it is very, very unpredictable. It has been said that chances are quite high that there might be another surge in the number of infections. Also, even though the vaccine has been introduced, but people are quite hesitant to go for the vaccines because people are complaining, people are saying that we don't have the enough data, we are not sure about the Indian co-vaccine, etc., etc. Also, there are several logistical problems in distribution as well. So all these things are to be taken into consideration, and if any of these things takes place, these things have the ability to bring down the economic activity once again. So the economy will continue to need careful policy support, and it should be done by the government. And people have to be careful with reference to corona pandemic as well. Only then the growth that we are expecting can be achieved. So viewers, this was with reference to the today's editorial analysis. A question related to today's editorial is, what are the various sectors where Indian economy needs to focus upon in order to achieve the ambitious $5 trillion mark by 2024-25? So viewers, I hope you liked today's editorial analysis. Thank you very much.